Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Baer Facts, and I am actually broadcasting from Lacey Industries, where I had my admin Harley Cat running around here, and I was actually going to show Jay Harley because Jay showed us Mr. Cheeto. I can't remember what episode that was, but
The best one.
pretty much the best one with Mr. Cheeto in it. But Harley ran away, and I don't know where she went. So we'll get to that later. But
Do you
what
have like a sketch artist there that could maybe give us a rendering of Harley Cat? Could you work on that?
Actually, my wife is down the hallway, and she'll sketch something up, and we'll show it at the end. How about that?
Excellent. That'd be perfect.
Uh, okay, so today what we're talking about is based off of a new report released from Social Bakers on how companies are doing more customer service on Facebook, and how, compared to Twitter and compared to Facebook and all these social media channels, consumers are actually asking more questions on Facebook than they ever had before. And I think that we might run into some little issues in terms of organizational management of social media within companies, as well as how people handle this. So Jay, why don't you take it away?
Thanks, Kyle. You bet. We've talked in the past on Bear Facts and elsewhere about the need to break down silos between email and social media. We've talked about the fact that email and social media are much more strategically similar than people typically give them credit for. Email is essentially Madonna, right? The original, but now slightly tired. And social media is really Lady Gaga, the exact same thing, just with a fresh coat of paint. So we got to break down those silos between email and social media. But now we have to take the next step and break down any silos that exist within the social media team in your own organization. Because what happens in a lot of companies, especially medium and large size brands, is that the customer service or customer care team is in charge of Twitter and marketing or communications is in charge of Facebook. This made a lot of sense at one point because initially, in terms of the social web, Twitter was the place that customers would go to punish or praise brands or ask for help or things like that. Twitter was the new telephone for a while. But what we're seeing now, and this report from Social Bakers is proof of it, that customers are increasingly using Facebook in place of Twitter to ask questions of brands. The stat that they show in this report is that in the last 6 months, the volume of questions asked by consumers on brands' Facebook pages has gone up by 26%. And that's no joke. And not only are brands needing to answer these questions, in some cases, customers are sort of helping themselves in Facebook, right?
Yeah, and we actually did this report called Retail Touchpoints Exposed for ExactTarget, where we went out and reviewed, retailers and what they were doing online and offline. And we also reviewed what they were doing from a customer service perspective on Facebook, and actually found that 51% of the time a consumer was answering another consumer's question before the brand ever got to the question. Now, from a co-creation standpoint or brand support, that's really good if you have a bunch of brand fans, but if they're not brand fans, then it's just piling up and everybody is working together to make this issue even a bigger issue, right? So that's why people need to think about this and think about what Social Bakers are actually saying in this report.
Absolutely. I mean, the reality is this. It doesn't matter who manages Twitter or who manages Facebook or what department in your company handles each of your social channels or who their managers are or how they interact behind the scenes. To your customers, it's all the same company. So you need to act like it. That's the bare facts.
There you go. We'll see you next week. Later, Jay.